What's up, everybody? Noah Kisser back here for a little impromptu video. Sorry about the video quality and the lighting. It is New Year's Eve. If you guys didn't know, I did get a new phone for Christmas. I tried shooting with it, and it is not great. If you've seen my first take of this, my best movies of 2019, well, you would know that that kind of flopped because it did not look good whatsoever. So, we have my honorable mentions. We have Judy. Judy is a movie that's pretty much good, but you really gotta like Judy Garland, and I really like her as an actress. I mean, I've only seen one, maybe two movies, but she has a voice that is great. Renee Zellweger did a great job playing Judy Garland. She did all our own singing. The movie will not get a whole lot of other award nominations or award consideration besides Renee Zellweger for Best Lead Actress. Next up, we have Adam Steigert's Fang. Adam Steigert's Fang was sent to me by, of course, Adam Steigert, one of my buddies on here. I got in contact with an actor friend of mine, and he says, "Hey, how about I get you in contact with a director friend of mine?" And it was Adam Steigert. So I'm like, okay. And he was nice enough to send me Fang, and we message back every once in a while. He has a new film coming out. The teaser trailer is actually dropping tomorrow for Them, or The Horrific Evil Monsters. And I'll be getting my personal copy of that to review in October, Halloween 2020. So Fang is definitely one of the best horror movies that I have seen this decade and this year. Jumanji: The Next Level was a very fun film. It's not a film that I'm going to watch as many times as the first one. I mean, I really haven't watched the first one since theaters because, heck, I watch a lot of movies. I think I watched just 213 2019 movies this year alone, and I still got behind. Mid-90s was a story about this teenager, this 13, 14-year-old who gets mixed in with this skateboarding crowd, cursing, smoking, drinking, starts getting into girls. It's a very entertaining film from A24, and this is not the last time that A24 will be brought up again, brought up on this video. Zombieland Double Tap. I love Zombieland. I even have the Blu-ray Steelbook right there. Zombieland Double Tap is definitely one I'm going to be picking up when it gets cheap enough. It's a great film. It's so entertaining. I loved almost every single moment of it. I had a couple problems here and there, but I can look past it when I'm trying to enjoy the movie. And it's definitely one I'll watch alongside Zombieland, the first Zombieland, multiple times over. Shazam was a superhero film that I really enjoyed from DC. I'm really starting to enjoy their movies. I still have to watch Aquaman, which I will be doing very, very soon. It'll be one of my first reviews for 2020. Now let's get into my top 15 favorite films of 2019. 15 is Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame is, of course, the culmination of the 22-movie MCU Marvel Cinematic Universe world. It's a great film, particularly for the last hour of the movie, all the way from Avengers Assemble to everybody coming back, Stormbreaker coming to Steve Rogers or Captain America, Fat Thor. I enjoyed pretty much the whole thing of Avengers Endgame, but I enjoy that movie because of the last hour. You also got some good comedy in there. Number 14 is Fighting with My Family. Of course, well, you can't tell by my shirts here, but this tells you that I am a wrestling fan. I've been a diehard wrestling fan since 2008. Where I really became a diehard fan was the night after John Cena returned Royal Rumble 2008. Fell in love with it ever since. I was starting to get into it in summer 2007. Then I never knew when it was on. I would catch it at like 2 a.m. on Saturdays, and I'm like, you want to know what? Forget it. Then I caught it on a Monday, and I'm like, yes, here we go. Fighting with My Family is the story of Paige. Paige is one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time. She is sadly retired now due to a neck injury. This is basically telling you the story of how she came to WWE. My main problems with this movie is the legitimacy of it. The facts about it are not true, but I'm going to save that for another time. Just check out my review of Fighting with My Family earlier this year for all those good details. 13 is The Farewell, a foreign language Chinese film that is terrifically directed and written by Lulu Wang. Lulu Wang. Awkwafina definitely deserves a Best Actress nomination. She probably won't win because she has some stiff competition with Saoirse Ronan and Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story and Little Women. The Farewell is an emotional story. It's very funny, but if you don't like subtitled films, that film is about 80 to 90% in Chinese with subtitles. Number 12 is Detective Pikachu. I've been a Pokemon fan, particularly of the first 150, the first series, and the first handful of games. Past that, I pretty much know nothing about Pokemon from like Diamond and Pearl all the way up till now. I couldn't even tell you half the Pokemon. Toy Story 4 is number 11. Toy Story 4 hit me on an emotional level. It's an emotional ride. You get to see what happened to Bo Peep before Toy Story 3 happened. And then it's pretty much her meeting up with Woody as I think they are moving or something like that, or they are going on a trip. And yeah. Next up is number 10. Under the Silver Lake, a story about Andrew Garfield's character who sees this woman. He sees this woman, and she is swimming in the pool, and they hook up and agree to see each other again. She goes missing. Now he's trying to figure out what happened to her. This is brought to you by the writer and director of It Follows, a tremendous horror film. I love that movie a lot. Number 9 is Us. Jordan Peele does it again. Not as good as Get Out, but still a great horror film. And Lupita Nyong'o definitely deserves a Best Actress nomination, I think. And I think she got it for the Critics' Choice Awards. Number 8 is Rocketman. Elton John's story. It's tremendous. I loved every single minute of this movie. Number 7 is Hobbs and Shaw. I'm a huge Fast and Furious fan. Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham, two of the most charismatic actors in the business today. And being a wrestling fan, it's always nice to see The Rock doing another movie because, well, he's getting up there in age. He can't do the wrestling stuff anymore. But when he does come back, it's highly entertaining. He's very entertaining. The bromance is great. You get two great cameos in here. I'm not going to spoil those for you if you haven't seen the movie yet. Chapter 2 is number 6 on my list. I loved it, Chapter 2. I don't think you feel the length, or I didn't feel the length as everybody else did, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I thought it had some decent scares in there. Number 5 is Aladdin. I loved Aladdin. Aladdin was a great film to me. I love the music, the CGI, Will Smith as the genie, Mina Massoud. I really loved Naomi Scott's or Jasmine's new song, Speechless. I think that should actually be nominated for Best Song, but I know it'll probably go to Into the Unknown from Frozen 2, but that's fine with me. Number 4 is The Irishman. Tremendous Martin Scorsese gangster film, 3.5 hours. You don't feel like it's 3.5 hours. Everybody deserves an award nomination, and this could possibly win Best Picture. I'm not saying it will, but it could. Marriage Story, Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver going at it it's pretty much you're seeing this divorce going down, and it's an emotional watch, but it's so funny at points, and it's not like it's getting nasty either. They're basically just building up, and all these emotions are building up. They're trying to keep it clean for their kid, and their kid is great in this film too. and it just comes to a boiling point, and it's a satisfying ending. Great film. Joker's number 2. Joaquin Phoenix delivers as Arthur Fleck. I love the Joker. It's going to be tight competition between Adam Driver for Marriage Story, Taron Egerton for Rocketman, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, and for number 1, my favorite film of the entire year, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Quentin Tarantino. The Last Actor, I have to mention that is a guaranteed lock. I'm not saying that Taron Egerton is a lock, but I think he should be, because everybody's talking about him again. Leonardo DiCaprio, my favorite actor of all time. I loved every single minute of this movie. I have to say that this is probably one of my favorite films of all time now. I like this movie quite a lot. Quentin Tarantino has never gone wrong, in my opinion. I have not seen all of his films, but this is a tremendous piece of filmmaking. Great screenplay, great acting, great direction. I loved the last 30 minutes. It's Quentin Tarantino at his very best. He does what he does best in this film. And there's my top best movies. My best movies of 2019. Sorry for the last video, and you guys will only be getting me shooting videos on this phone. I'm hoping. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time for more movie reviews very, very soon.